Hello! Welcome to my IBS story. I'm Natalie, and I'm here to tell you my story of living with IBS for 14 years, and how I eventually became free from the IBS. And I hope to be the light at the end of the tunnel for anyone living with IBS. Your symptoms can be alleviated at the very least. So I am sharing my story so you can do it too. Welcome along to episode 8. This episode is a continuation from the previous episode. So in this episode, I will be talking about the benefits of having hypnotherapy for IBS and also what to expect if you have hypnotherapy for IBS, because I appreciate you might not know. Okay, let's jump into it. And hypnotherapy treatment has some advantages which might make it more attractive. Which might make it more attractive for some people, particularly where the symptoms are chronic or severe. And I'd probably say mine was chronic or severe, given the number of years and the pain I was experiencing. So here is a summary, basically, of what the advantages are to having hypnotherapy. So one is that, hypnotherapy is actually the most successful treatment for IBS. And the response rate is 60% or more. And other papers have said that around an 80% success rate. So it's a pretty high success rate. Second benefit, the treatment often helps people that haven't had any success from other methods or other treatments like medication. Another benefit, third benefit, is that actually it's really comfortable. It's a really comfortable form of treatment. It's relaxing, it's easy, and generally quite enjoyable to have hypnotherapy. A fourth benefit is that it uses basically the natural healing power of your own mind to heal your gut, because we're changing the mind messages to influence the gut in a more positive way than is currently happening for you. Fifth benefit is that the treatment can actually improve other symptoms or problems that you're experiencing. So if you're having other things like tension headaches, migraines, you might find that by having hypnotherapy, those symptoms might be alleviated, as well as the IBS, which would be bonus. And the last benefit is that the positive effects of having hypnotherapy for IBS actually are proven to be long lasting in the people that it's effective for. So according to the research, individuals who improve from hypnosis treatment with the IBS can generally look forward to years with reduced IBS symptoms, or just actually have no symptoms whatsoever, which is the category I would fall into, because I haven't had any IBS symptoms for the last 3 years. So I hope that was all really helpful for you. So if you are thinking about having hypnotherapy for IBS, here's kind of a lowdown on what to expect. So hypnotherapy for treatment with IBS will generally include some visualization of actually what you want to be feeling, experiencing when you are pain-free and symptom-free. You would be working through any worries, fears around the IBS. So say if you've got IBS-D, your biggest fear is about crapping yourself in public. That's normally the biggest fear, understandably. So we'd work through that. Something else to expect would be the hypnotherapist would be using visualization and suggestion to decrease the gut sensitivity going on in your gut and to increase well-being. Okay, and the hypnotherapist should be teaching you how to hypnotize yourself, which is super straightforward. It's actually not that difficult whatsoever, but they will teach you how to do that so that you're able to tap into that intelligence yourself at any given moment, so you're not reliant on hypnotherapy or the hypnotherapist. And you'd also more than likely be given an audio recording to listen to. Okay, so if you feel ruled by the IBS, you feel like you've tried pretty much everything to help the IBS, maybe you've lost count of how many times you've been to the doctor, You've cut out dairy, gluten, all of the forbidden FODMAPs. You've done probiotics, maybe even prebiotics. Maybe you tried natural remedies as well. And of course, you've taken the medication that has been prescribed, and you've done all of this. Maybe you've done lots more, watching YouTube, gone to Dr. Google. Best not do that. But yeah, you've had your own journey trying to work out what the heck is going on and how to help yourself. And maybe nothing has worked. But I want you to know that there is another way. And this is scientifically proven. I don't know why it's not more widely spoken about when you go to the GP. I don't know. But it is scientifically proven, it's medically proven, and it's medically recommended to have hypnotherapy, CBT, or psychological therapies. So I would highly recommend that you take this route if you haven't yet and you've been suffering with IBS for maybe years. It doesn't need to be this way. Trust me, it doesn't need to be this way. It hasn't been this way for me. And I'd been living with IBS for 14 years at least. So I just really want you to know that you don't have to live with this. You don't have to suffer like you might be suffering. Got a bit passionate about that. Sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. I'm very passionate about this. Okay, so one thing just before I go, hypnotherapy does not allow the hypnotherapist to take control of you. That is a misconception. You're kind of always present, even when you're in hypnosis. And if someone asks you to do something that might be silly or embarrassing, you just wouldn't do it. Your morals, your values are still there, filtering, you know, do I want to do that? Do I not? You know, you'd be able to have control of that. Absolutely. And so after talking to your therapist to establish whatever the right techniques are for you, you will be guided into hypnosis. You'll be guided to relax, to feel safe. And you'll be guided through some visualizations and other techniques that basically suit you and your needs. So if you want to know more about hypnotherapy, how it works, I suggest you visit my website, where you will find lots more information. And there's also an FAQs page, which stands for frequently asked questions, so that if there's anything that I haven't answered here, then you might find the answer there. But even if you don't have any further questions, I'd recommend maybe go have a look on there to see if this is right for you. Having hypnotherapy is right for you. And I would encourage you to book a free, no obligation consultation call. Just have a chat with me, just to see if it's right for you. It's totally free. There's no cost to you. There just some of your time will be lost if you see it as a loss. And you can ask me any question. We would talk about the IBS, how it's affecting you. Or if you're not comfortable with having a call, then you can by all means send me a message. There's an option to send me a message at the bottom of my website. Just type in there and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So before I sign off, I just want to say help is available to you. It doesn't need to be this way. It doesn't need to be a struggle. It doesn't need to be difficult. You just need to take the first steps into transformation, into change. And maybe I'm not the right person for you to work with. By all means, go online, have a look at other hypnotherapists that specialize in IBS. I would just be happy for you to live without the IBS, or at least have just alleviation of the IBS symptoms, because I know how it sucks. So that's enough from me. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this interesting and actually helpful. And I wish you all the best in your journey of getting relief from the IBS.